I was an obese person like so many others around the world. In Europe alone, there are around about 160 million of us, and we all share the same feelings. I felt hopeless. The feeling of isolation was unbearable. People didn't understand why I was obese. Even when my family looked at me, they thought it was my fault. When I looked in the mirror, I felt depressed and desperate about my appearance. My self-esteem was very low, to the point where I kept punishing myself for being obese. I felt so down in spirits that I thought my life was over. Apart from my appearance, my blood pressure and blood sugar began to increase, and I couldn't understand why. People said it was because I was fat. My doctor said that because of my health, I had to lose weight. Diets and physical activities had control over my life and became an obsession, but didn't get me anywhere. I needed a more permanent situation to lead to an alteration in my life, not only with respect to my appearance, but mainly with respect to my health, which had deteriorated badly. I already had diabetes and high blood pressure. My doctor and I decided to see which surgical options were available. Gastric banding, sleeve gastrectomy, gastric bypass, biliopancreatic diversion. We decided that gastric banding was the surgery that I should have. It gave me the control I needed over food. The weight loss was the same as any other surgical method. The complications were less severe, and without doubt, it is a less drastic form of surgery. Surgical treatment of obesity, bariatric surgery, is without doubt the most effective way, not only for treating serious obesity, but also for maintaining weight loss over time and improving comorbidity conditions, promoting a better, healthier, and more sustainable quality of life. There are several surgical treatments. Those that only reduce the capacity to ingest food are restrictive surgery, of which there are fundamentally two types. The placement of an adjustable gastric band and sleeve gastrectomy. Then we have the so-called mixed surgery. This surgery depends on the required restriction and malabsorption. The gastric bypass causes more restriction and less malabsorption. Then we have biliopancreatic diversion, which is much less restrictive and much more malabsorptive. This means that people can eat what they want, and most of what they eat is not absorbed. All mixed surgery involves sectioning or removal of part of the stomach and sectioning of part of the small intestine and its connection to the sectioned stomach. And if we require more malabsorption, such as a biliopancreatic diversion, we have to remove the gallbladder as well. The problems associated with surgery with malabsorption are usually with the areas that are cut and connected, in the sense that the healing process may be compromised with a leakage of intraluminal material into the abdomen, causing infection and, in extreme cases, death. These are operations with a mortality rate of 1 to 2% in centers that are used to treating obesity, because in centers where the number of operations is much lower, the mortality rate can be as high as 5%. Today, we know that if diabetes and serious metabolic syndromes are associated with obesity, this type of surgery can be more effective than restrictive surgery. But with regards exclusively to weight loss, we know that between gastric bypass surgery and gastric band surgery, in the long term, there are no differences. It means that the weight loss after 5 years is the same on average with bypass or gastric band. However, in terms of safety, gastric band surgery has a mortality rate of practically zero, whereas bypass surgery, for reasons explained earlier, carries a mortality rate between 1 and 2%. In addition to this, it is also necessary to take vitamin supplements throughout the rest of your life. Gastric band surgery is today the most widely practiced in Europe. Even in the United States, where until 2002 this method was almost never used, it is now one of the surgical options, and in fact today, on a par with gastric bypass surgery, is one of the most used in the United States. In other words, gastric band surgery went from 0 in 2002 to a rate of 45% in all surgery by 2008. And why did this happen? It happens for several reasons. This surgery allies three great qualities. It is easy to carry out. There is practically no morbidity or mortality, and the results are the same as other surgeries. Surgery is carried out through laparoscopy, minimally invasive, just as in other forms of surgery, and does not cause alterations to any other organs because there are no sections made, therefore maintaining the organs intact, avoiding problems caused by sectioning. The second advantage is that it can be adjusted to the weight loss needs of the patient, causing a feeling of anticipated fullness when food is ingested, thus controlling the need to eat further. Equally important is that if we need to undo the surgery due to medical problems, the procedure is very simple. The band is cut and the digestive tract returns exactly as it was before surgery. This is a less invasive form of surgery, but is as effective as any other surgical method mentioned earlier. But for its efficacy, it needs a comprehensive and convenient follow-up. This method requires a multidisciplinary. For me, gastric band surgery became a long-term solution, helping me to lose weight and also feel healthy.
O meu nome é Hernani, tenho 49 anos, pesava 205 kg e quero dar o meu testemunho. Eu sou um homem novo. Com a cirurgia ganhei qualidade de vida, ganhei autoestima, ganhei saúde, ganhei bem-estar, sou uma pessoa nova, faço coisas que nunca fiz na vida, tenho uma maneira de estar diferente perante mim e perante a sociedade. Aconselho vivamente todas as pessoas a fazerem a cirurgia, porque realmente estou com 80 quilos e sou um homem novo.
Eu sou Raquel Castro, tenho 26 anos, sofria de obesidade mórbida desde os 10 anos de idade. Já nasci com 4 kg e 900, por isso já nasci gordinha. A partir dos 10 anos de idade a evolução foi mais drástica, não consegui ter controle. No ano 2000 encontrei-me com 135 kg, fiquei um bocadinho assustada. Tive a ajuda de uma doutora, a doutora Helena Cardoso, que me foi dando algum acompanhamento para a alimentação. Em seguida consegui ficar com 116 kg, mas o peso não vinha mais para baixo. Conheci entretanto o Dr. Sérgio, do qual eu fui operada no ano de 2003. Faço 5 anos de operada a 16 de outubro deste ano. Neste momento estou com 64 kg e com isto eu ganhei alegria, roupa nova, qualidade de vida, corrida, respiração, beleza, um sorriso melhor. A sensação de eu sou igual aos outros, que eu sentia-me que era diferente. No entanto não mostrava, mas é verdade, nós éramos diferentes dos outros.
Sou Júlio Miguel, tenho 42 anos. Eu treinava halterofilismo, deixei de treinar porque comecei a engordar, que até me senti mal e fui para o hospital Santo António. Andei lá na doutora Helena Cardoso em consultas e depois fui-me apresentado ao Dr. António Sérgio e passado um ano, porque eu queria ser operado. E eu fui operado e com isso ganhei mais qualidade de vida, saúde, constituí uma família. Antes não ia para a praia, agora vou porque não tenho vergonha, não conseguia arranjar roupa, era dificilmente arranjava roupa, era por encomenda. Agora já arranjo em qualquer lado, sinto mais feliz. Pronto, não conseguia andar, tinha dificuldades em andar, agora já ando bem, faço tudo como uma pessoa normal. Uma das minhas paixões, além de construir uma família, era ser motorista, mas claro, com 76 quilos, eu nem podia subir para o caminhão. Neste momento já sou motorista há 10 anos. Com isto ganhei saúde, exatamente. Com isto ganhei muita saúde, que graças a Deus não me queixo de nada. Não. Antes não estava sempre doente, queixava-me tudo. Ganhei muita saúde. Saúde e qualidade de vida, não é?
If you are overweight, the CUF Institute offers you a multidisciplinary team with vast experience and international recognition, highly qualified and specialized in the surgical treatment of obesity.